In this video, what is the best Bluetooth keyboard based on my own opinion and experience? I'm going to go for two models. One is the Logitech K380 and the other one is the Arteck Universal backlit. And the real context is if you are using these keyboards, you can use them for phones, desktop, tablets, Android, iOS, anything with a Bluetooth connection. Particularly if you work from home and you've got a freedom of choice in your workplace. Any keyboard, I would argue, is good for a few minutes, but if you're on there for all day long, then the fingertip touch and flexibility is pretty good if it works. And I'll tell you on this slide what's going on. I own two Logitech K380, of course not being paid to make this video. One is in dark grey and yellow, the other one is in blue and sort of with three green buttons. Moving along the slides as quick as I can, that with my fingertip touch I like to tilt the keyboard up a little bit. That's why at the top centre here I use some camping or yoga foam just to tip it up a little bit. On the back of the Logitech K380 is a battery compartment for two AAA batteries, and because of the switching I'll tell you about in a moment, I write a post-it note on the back. So number one button to rapidly switch as I type is the Motorola G8, number two is for a Chromebook, and on this one number three is an M10 Lenovo tablet. Moving on to this older part here, where I've said older model, one of my Bluetooth keyboards that I thought I was getting on really well with, and then I just woke up one day and I just thought, God, the buttons don't work. And if you turn it over and look on the back, you can see there's all battery life is not great. That's why I put pieces of tape on there about AA batteries or AAA batteries, whatever went in it. But you can see it's pretty messy. Anyway, the Arteck has a big benefit over it being very skinny, in other words 6mm width, and also it is backlit with 7 different colours. So in this example, if I wake up say 3-4 AM and I just want to type some thoughts down, then have no lights on, then of course a backlit keyboard is awesome for that. In terms of size and weight, then the Arteck is very lightweight at 213 grams, hardly know you're holding it, yet the Logitech is 415, which is pretty much double, and you can see they are side by side. What's that about with my little 24.5 centimeters and probably about 26 centimeters. Now the Logitech does come with some Windows software which looks like this. You open it up and you've got the keyboard itself where you can clearly see with the 1, 2, 3 of easy switch buttons. When you go over to easy switch, you can see that it details what I'm using them for, and also how you can do some extra things like check your battery, the Bluetooth connection. Then looking in a little bit more detail, we've got 4 programmable buttons at the top. Of course, you don't need to look at all this software if you're using it on Android or mobile phones. And you can see that button number 1 is My Home, and there's tons of different things like calculators and copy, Cortana to look at. Number 2 is the switch applications. I use it as default for switch applications, as I've just said. And right click, something I never use, but maybe I should actually change that a little bit with that button. And the last one is a back. Now that I read this, my brain is saying, oh, that's useful, use it. But do you remember it in a few days' time when you are busy doing other work? I'm going to look at this slide again in conclusion, in that my shout out is that I've actually purchased 2 of these things to put on 2 different desks. So in other words, the one that I'm on right now is the yellow and dark grey version. Well, I got another desk for writing quickly, and I use that one over there, depending on what device I am using. The Arteck is a lovely shout out, which is half the cost of the Logitech K380. So in UK terms, let's say you purchase this one at say 40 UK pounds approximately. This one from eBay, Amazon could be about 20 UK pounds. I would say this is really just me sharing ideas in my workplace. YouTube /Mike Downs.